Oh, Rand. Hello, Tran. Apparently I'm streaming with the wrong type of restream? What? But that's just the key it gave me. I'm so confused. Well, that confirms both things are working. It's working. I'm just gonna... just gonna go. My day's been good until, you know, Streamlabs decided to start being a butt. Hello, Lena. Now, I'm gonna keep practicing sniping. Because why not, really? I need to get better at it. Or at least good enough at it that I'm not just going to completely do them a complete injustice when I do get to making my Splatoon series. I think I'll stick with this one. I also feel like I should probably switch gear a bit. I don't really have a better shirt, though. Could run this. That main power-up is not gonna help much. Yeah, I had problems with Streamlabs. For whatever reason, it reverted back to streaming solely on Twitch. Then, it decided to not like the restream code anymore. So I had to get a new restream code just so it would stream to restream. I don't understand why it has to be such a pain in the... But it is. It's just how restream is. Hello, AI. Yeah, I legit do not think I have a better shirt for this. I should probably work on a better shirt then. Rand, what's a good sniper main ability? Because I'm thinking Saver main. I have not listened to them yet, Rand. I've yet to really have time. I spent most of today playing Dauntless with, Robotic and one of her friends, who shows up here too, of J Girl. So, special charge, okay. Oh, there is a sailor suit. I did not realize there was a sailor suit. Neat. Yeah, I'll just throw some snails into this one. I think I'm gonna leave my shoes as is, because I like having the extra ink recovery. I'm kind of used to having it at this point. So I'll throw some snails into this. And then see if I can possibly just chunk it for special charge. I might be able to. So again, I apologize if I'm clearing my throat a lot. My throat actually was pretty good most of the day, so if it starts going wrong now, I'm gonna feel bad. I do not have enough chunks to make this worth it. Okay. I could bomb defense it. I'll just see how it ends up, and then probably just re-roll it a bunch. I just really hope the Joy-Cons cooperate with me. They were really bad when I turned this on. Good thing I'm not going to need to go forward much. I'm a sniper. Not a very good one at that, but, you know. And also, AI, to answer your question of, you know, how to fix Streamlabs, when that happens, uninstall it, reinstall it. That is the only thing I have found that helps. What? How could it be too short when people literally say sup? Was it 2 letters? Maybe 2 letters is too short. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, Huh. 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 Yeah, I don't know why you're all so concerned over my health. I have a weak immune system. You all should know this by now. I tend to just get sick. Jeez, this is awful. I can't do anything. They almost all outrange me. And they all have a big advantage over me called they can hold a charge and I can't. I personally stand by it wouldn't be so bad if this team wasn't so cowardly. I pushed the wrong button. They died anyway. I don't care. Team just needs to move forward more. Ow. Yeah, I'll be fine. Thing is, it isn't my flanks I'm worried about. It's the fact that they can make this shot and I can't. I got 2 splats. I think both of those were assists. I refuse to play volleyball in school. I refuse to play a lot of things in school. Call me strange, but I had no interest in playing volleyball. Badminton, sure. Volleyball, no. Volleyball sucks. Oh hey, everyone is still here. Oh, I am gonna get wrecked. Over and over and over again. At least Manta Maria, I have the advantage of that center, like the mast. I can use that to my advantage. Moray Towers, not so much. Oh hey, they're on this team. Good. I get the strange feeling I might be in a room with another streamer slash YouTuber slash entity. Oh, this is gonna be very crowded. Ow. I feel like I should swap lobbies. I'm actually, yeah, I'm gonna swap lobbies after this one. Partly just because it didn't shift at all. Which tells me these guys are probably pretty set with how things are. That guy cannot hit his shots, jeez. I can't say much. I can't hit them either, but... Low average. My day's been pretty good. Spent most of it playing Dauntless with my girlfriend and one of her friends. Once my PC arrives, there's a good chance that I might stream Dauntless at some point. Even higher chance once Robotic can move here. Because I'd really love for her to be able to actually communicate on the stream. Ow. I scored over 1,000 points with a charger. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna change rooms here. You don't know much about Dauntless, do you, AI? It's Monster Hunter, but made by Epic Games, which means it's worse than standard Monster Hunter. But you really can't stop to text. So if you know what Monster Hunter is, it's Monster Hunter, but free to play, basically. And, yeah, you don't really have time to stop. Hair's stuck in my beard. It's one of the problems with beard and long hair. My hairs get tangled in it. Watch this lobby be full of snipers, too. There we go. That's knee leader scope. Ow. Dauntless actually isn't a bad game. It is definitely. It feels like an epic game. But it's not bad, and it actually came out before Fortnite became a thing. It was in development for much longer, and that's probably why it's actually kind of good. Ow. Alright, Rand. I look forward to dying to whatever long-range death you bring. Oh, right Joy-Con, please do not die on me. Now is not an opportune moment for that to happen. Uh-oh. Well, that just happened. Ow. Well, I took him with me. Yeah, Fortnite should go. Dauntless isn't a bad game, though. It definitely is not as good as Monster Hunter World. But it's still not bad. And is still fun to play. It's just... If it makes any sense, the game feels like a demo. Ow. Like, it doesn't feel like a finished game yet, even though it's past its 1.0 release. I'm a little sad that it isn't the popular Epic Games game, because it is good, but... My biggest complaint is that the character models are ugly, but that's to be expected. Like, you know character models are not great when I literally, going back to the game, had to question if my character was male or female. It's male, by the way. I don't think this lobby changed at all either. Jeez. Oh no, someone left. The best way to describe Monster Hunter is the entire game is fighting bosses. I've not played much of World. I can't bring myself to kill the like that first monster. He's too precious. I'm gonna need Robotic to do it for me. Oh boy, I get to be out-sniped. That didn't go as planned. Neither did that. Ow. I suck at capturing monsters. I legitimately got walled in 3 because I cannot manage to capture monsters. I'm so bad at it. Damn it! Hello, Anissa. And that is cool. That is alright. Why am I sniping from over here? This is like the worst spot I could be sniping from. Because I can't do the shots that you could do. Like, I know how to capture monsters average, but I am still terrible at it. Like, Robotic can do it, no issue, like, every time. I can't. Like, she tends to, like, when we, her and I played Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate together, her normal kit involved stuff to capture any monster, just in case we couldn't actually take the thing down. She could capture it. Where my aim's also been in trash rans, so it's probably gonna take me a few matches to get back into the groove of things. Just what makes me kind of glad that Dauntless does not have capturing monsters. Dauntless is also in some ways harder. Because, you know how in Monster Hunter you get 10 regular potions, 10 herbs, 10 big potions, 10 of that. You have 5 healing potions in Dauntless. And then there's little, like, geysers in the ground that you can heal from as well. But they barely heal you. To call what they do healing is just kind of an insult. They're good in a pinch, but that's about it. No, this isn't good. Okay, I lived! Ow. Fair enough, friend. Ow. That's what I was going to do on my birthday this year, was just stream games I really enjoy. But I decided to just do a truck stream because I just wanted to relax. I forget what monster basically made Robotic rage quit from 3 Ultimate. There was one of them. That managed it, but I don't remember what one it was. Ow. Really feel like I should be using a non-scope, but I know I'm better at sniping with the scope. I splatted the turtle! Wasn't Devil Joe. Oh, gods. What is it called? She just mentioned the name of it earlier. How am I not... Wish she was here. She could say what monster it was. I wasn't much of a help. To be honest, I am not good at... I am not good at Monster Hunter. I was also a hunting horn with one person to buff. But, you know. I don't think it was an Elder Dragon. Jeez. Google. It was one of the monsters you needed to hunt to grade up. That's all I know. No, not Minster. Monster list. Brachydios. That's the one. That's the one. I am terrible at names. I was usually the reason why we wiped when Robotic and I played. Like, I spent most of my time using the lances, which don't have a dodge. So, playing the hunting horn, I forget I can dodge a lot. I mean, it might be fun, but when you have to carry someone as incompetent as me, and you lose like 6-7 times. In one of the fights, I legitimately forgot to bring cold drinks. I was a hindrance to her. She probably could have done the fight without me. So bad at sniping. That is behind me. Kind of. Ow. To be fair, all flavors of milk are good there, AI. Ow. Like I said, I used to use the lances a lot. Then I swapped to using the hunting horn. And things got a bit better, but I still forget to dodge a lot. Because I'm not used to being able to dodge. Like, even playing Dauntless, I'll still forget I can dodge a lot of the time. I just kind of take it because that's, you know, what I'm used to doing, is putting up the shield and just taking the hit. Oh, I got 4 splats. I think only one of them was actually a charged hit. I might have to, once Robotic is here, might have to do like a 3 ultimate stream at some point. Her and I played on the Wii U. I don't know if it's on anything else. It's just where I have it. I also need to stop drinking my tea so fast. There was one we played on 3DS as well. We just kind of stopped playing. We didn't even really get stuck. I was using the sword, shield, axe thing. I forget what it's called. And she was using Insect Glaive. I think it was Generations? I know the controls was weird. Made me really wish I had a Circle Pad Plus kind of thing for my 3DS, but I don't. Don't even know if it would work for that. An age over 1. That is how old. Aha! I don't know if sniping that metal guy is actually, like, something to be proud of, but I managed it. Ow. Yeah, definitely once I have the ability to do PC games again, I'm going to heavily be looking into doing Dauntless at some point. Very likely also Monster Hunter World at some point. Though at that point, I feel like I should get the DLC for it as well. I'll take a peek when I can, AI. Okay, so your cousin's turning an age over 15? I think. Well, goodbye, person. Ow. Ow. Yeah, I'll have to get to, I'll have to get to what you sent me at some point later, AI, because I can't exactly do sound right now, so. Be kind of weird having a Pokemon crossover with Monster Hunter. Like, it would just be weird to me to hunt Pokemon. I mean, I get the games themselves have some themes of people literally cutting Pokemon in half. That is talked about. In the Sinnoh lore books, there's a story of someone who got a sword and started cutting Pokemon in half, and basically became addicted to doing it until he was stopped by one of the legendaries. So hello, Nautilus Man. I played a bit of Pokemon Tekken, but I'm not a big fighting game person, so. I played single player of it. I actually almost beat Shadow Mewtwo on the first encounter. Ow. I don't know why I got down like that. One of the Pokemon mangas also, someone ends up legitimately killing a Pokemon. Like, with a sword. Which also kind of goes to show that it probably wouldn't be all that difficult either to hunt Pokemon. Ow. No, in the manga, it was an Arbok. Ow. Pokemon can be kind of dark at times. I don't know how I hit that. Ow. Well, how else do I think they're not returning? Game Freak got lazy. That's how. I'm waiting for, like, the basically Ultra Sword and Shield. That'll have everything that people wanted. Like, I'm just waiting for that to happen. You know it's gonna happen. Because Sword and Shield is not gonna bring in as much money as Nintendo wants it to. Nintendo is going to tell Game Freak to make a proper Pokemon game. Because the sales for Pokemon games have been dropping. Either that, or they'll just go, yeah, Game Freak, you're off. You're not making them anymore. And hand it to someone else. Because, well, Niantic has proved that there is, you know, there is a market for Pokemon. Sales should not be dropping. Probably they're memeing. That's what they're doing in Nisa. It is a meme. Ow. I mean, Nintendo would be fully within probably their rights as the publisher to go, no, we're taking the rights of publishing Pokemon, developing Pokemon away from you. And giving them to, say, Niantic to do whatever they want to do with it. Which would not be ideal for anybody. Which is what frustrates me about Game Freak not caring. Other than just the fact that I have been a lifelong Pokemon fan. Ow. Alright, Anissa. See, that's kind of the problem at the moment there, AI, is Game Freak is making something else right now. But the fact that all the Pokemon fans know that Game Freak is putting Pokemon to the side to make this new thing means Pokemon fans are not going to buy their new game. They were probably banking on Pokemon fans buying their new game. And they're not gonna have that anymore because they screwed up. They screwed up big time. Like, I honestly stand by, and I get burnout's a thing, which is what Game Freak themselves have said as to why their main development team is not working on Pokemon. They're burnt out. But they haven't been working on a Pokemon game since Sun and Moon. Well, yeah, Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. That's a 2-year gap that their main development team has been working on Town. What they could have done is basically take half of their prime development team, because I'm willing to bet not all of them are burnt out. Leave them working on Pokemon. Need to remember to go this way. Everything's mirrored. Then take half of their trainee team, have it work on Town. That way, both sides would have got what they wanted, both sides would have had experienced developers, both sides would have been good games. But instead, they took all of their primary Pokemon team, they're working on Town, and it's a completely new team of people, basically, working on Pokemon, from what Game Freak has said. That is the frustrating thing. Also, congrats, Nautilus Man. I mean, there are a lot of Pokemon fans that I even know that are not planning on getting Sword and Shield because of how bad they felt Sun and Moon were. And before that, X and Y. Which is honestly understandable. At least to me. I just fell. I was honestly considering not getting Sword and Shield, but my sister pre-ordered it. So I'm getting Sword and Shield. Like, she just pre-ordered it because it's Pokemon. Me and my oldest brother love Pokemon. I mean, it is undoubtedly going to still be a fun experience, but to longtime Pokemon fans, it's gonna feel like a hollow experience. Like, it's not gonna feel like a proper Pokemon game to long-term fans. Which is kind of the problem. I mean, I honestly liked Sun and Moon. I liked Ultra Sun and Moon more. But I can see where people are coming from not liking them. Like, I can fully see where people are coming from. I mean, one of my biggest complaints about Sun and Moon myself was the lack of new Pokemon. We effectively got, like, I think it was about 50 new Pokemon species, if you count all of the Ultra Beasts and Legendaries. As individual species. Ow. Black and White are probably two of the most well-received and best Pokemon games. The originals, that is. Black and White 2, even I wasn't a big fan of those. They kind of threw away what made Black and White Black and White. Also threw away any semblance of a story. And I will get to that friend request after one more match. Assuming I don't forget. I just don't know if anyone's trying to join in at the moment, so I don't want to back out, because it'd be kind of, you know, rude. Yeah, I wouldn't touch the Let's Go games with a 10-foot pole. I do not like the Let's Go games. They're too simple. At least for me, being a competitive player. They're too simple. But like, with the original Sun and Moon, I had set out to use only new Pokemon on my first playthrough. Well, on my only playthrough, because it's not like I could just make a new save. And it led to me basically having no options of Pokemon to use, because there were so few new Pokemon. Ultra Sun and Moon, I just decided to use whatever, and I had more fun with that game. Also, yes, Pokemon games are harder for new players, because you're not going to have the same experience with team building, moveset building, type charts in your head. Like, you could probably name a fully evolved Pokemon, and I could tell you exactly what move to use against it. You probably couldn't do that if I did the same for you. That's how the games become easier. That's why I don't tend to collab AI. I kind of want to start getting into doing that, but at the same time, matching schedules is a pain. Like, if I could do it, I would probably stream some Pokemon Showdown, but it's gonna need to wait until my PC shows up. Just so I can give people an idea of what a competitive player thinks when they're building their team. Like, I'm going to use the easiest example possible. Charizard. Hit it with a rock move. Rock Slide is your best bet. Stone Edge if you have no access to Rock Slide. Ow. There's not over 1,000. There is 736? No. More than that. There's 700 and some. Might actually be less than that. Who am I forgetting or including twice? Ow. But considering for the past 3 generations they've added roughly 150 new Pokemon. It should be a much higher number. But Game Freak hasn't exactly been the most active on making new Pokemon. And it's honestly made me a bit sad. Because a new Pokemon game with lots of Pokemon means a much more alive meta for the new games for longer. Like, there will be a much more alive meta for a short amount of time with the new game. Especially where old staples may not be around. Ow. Best moves and our strats from Mewtwo and Eevee. Eevee, if I don't know what to do with the Let's Go Eevee. I've never looked at it. I'm hoping it dies a horrible death. Mewtwo, it depends on what you want to do with it. Do you want it to be Standard Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo X, or Y? I forget the difference between X and Y by name, but the special attacker or the physical attacker. Standard Mewtwo and the special attacking Mewtwo are basically the same. You want to give it, I forget the name of it, but Mewtwo's own version of Psyshock, which is a psychic-type special attack that hits physical defense, because that's rude, and it works as a wall breaker. Generally, some form of stat building, depending on, well, this is Uber's, so maybe not stat building, honestly. Energy Ball for countering water types, Shadow Ball for countering other Mewtwo's. Right. I forgot to get to the friend request. People got me talking! Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get it now. If I disconnect, I disconnect. If you want, if your team needs a coverage move, like, yeah, there's communication error. If your team needs a coverage move, like an electric move, or a ice move, or fire move, Blizzard, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, those are all options. I believe Mewtwo can learn Flamethrower and Ice Beam anyway, and Thunderbolt. I know he can learn the biggest variants, but those are still options. You'll want it EV trained in generally special attack and speed. Generally, you'll want a modest nature. That is special attack up, attack down. You'll want perfect IVs, but that's a standard for a competitive Pokemon. Can Mewtwo no longer learn the Thunder, Blizzard, and Fire Blast? Or are you saying no to the Flamethrower, Ice Beam, and Thunderbolt? Because I couldn't remember if you could learn those or not. Jolly or, not Jolly. Bleh. What am I thinking? Modest or, what is the speed nature? What is the speed nature? I don't build special attackers much. Modest is definitely the best nature. Ow. Because Mewtwo is already fast. You don't really need extra speed. But there is also a nature that is attack down, speed up. Modest is attack down, special attack up. If you're building a physical attacking Mewtwo, then you want Adamant or Jolly. Adamant is attack down, special attack... Well, attack up, special attack down. And Jolly is the speed nature. So it's special attack down, speed up. The physically attacking Mega Mewtwo, you kinda want, you kinda want speed. Ow. My right Joy-Con wouldn't acknowledge I let go of the button. Because it's not as fast as the other Mega Mewtwo. And it's about as fast as standard Mewtwo. You just basically want to make sure you're not going to get outsped. And for the physically attacking Mewtwo, you want Drain Punch. I think he learns Zen Headbutt. I think it's Zen Headbutt when he learns it's a physical psychic move. That's all just off the top of my head as someone who doesn't use Mewtwo. My Uber's team does not use a Mewtwo. I couldn't tell you, Nautilus Man. We don't know what all Pokemon are going to be in Sword and Shield, but there's a good chance that the legendaries are not going to be, for the most part. Which is kind of sad. Okay, it's Fire Blast that Mewtwo can't still learn. He can learn Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Thunder... Oh no, he does still learn Fire Blast. Blizzard, Ice Beam. He learns all of them. Maybe not in Let's Go, but... Actually, yeah, this says Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. So... Mewtwo can still learn all those moves. They're just learned via TMs. He doesn't learn them by level up, but he does learn them. Rayquaza's one of my favorites, too. Fun fact, Mega Rayquaza is banned from all forms of Smogon competitive. Because it's too good. What did I hit? Did I hit Umbrella Shield? Yeah, Eevee's gonna be in the next game, so the evolutions are gonna be there. Yeah, trust me, I know that Mewtwo can learn those moves, or at least could learn them, because you will never find a harder boss fight in a Pokemon game than Mewtwo in Pokemon Stadium. I will stand by that for all eternity. There is not a harder fight. The only one that comes close is Greevil in XD Gale of Darkness. And that's purely because Greevil cheats. Greevil uses 7 Pokemon. And they're all Shadow Pokemon. 4 of which are legendaries. An important thing to note about XD Gale of Darkness and what makes Greevil's fight even harder. Shadow Pokemon always deal super effective damage against non-Shadow Pokemon. Always. Ow. I'm not holding my breath for Blastoise to be in. Charizard is going to be. We know that. But I'm not holding my breath for Blastoise. For those who don't know, Blastoise is my favorite Pokemon. It was my first starter, and it's just my favorite Pokemon. It's a giant turtle with 2 massive cannons on its back. How could you not like that? There was a hot minute that Mega Rayquaza was actually able to be used in Ubers, and every team used it. Because it's a Mega Evolution that can hold an item that has stats higher than every other Pokemon in the game. Like, there's just no winning. I know a lot of people have called for Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon to also get removed from Ubers. But there's no reason to. They counter each other. And it's not like you have many other options in Ubers if you're sticking to Ubers for a water or a fire type. So you may as well use one of them. And also for reference, for XD Gale of Darkness, it was before the physical special split, which I know saying that is probably confusing for people. Basically, every Pokemon game made in Generation 3 and earlier, not counting Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, any move that was an Evolution type plus Dragon was a special type move. Didn't matter if it was, say, Fire Punch, it's a special attack. Meaning, a Pokemon like Flareon was hot garbage. Ow. Vaporeon is pretty cool. I kind of like it competitively. I kind of wish it... Vaporeon has the distinct problem competitively of being a bulky water type when Slowbro also exists. There's literally almost no reason to use a Vaporeon over a Slowbro. Because Vaporeon isn't going to get you into the next speed tier. And, well... It's just less bulky than Slowbro. Still a cool Pokemon, though. This is, I think, the first evolution I ever used. But I've always kind of liked water types, so... Like, no joke, my original, like, Pokemon Blue team was, like, a Kingler, Vaporeon, Blastoise, Rapidash... Oh god, who am I forgetting? There's two of them I'm forgetting. Who am I forgetting? Kangaskhan. And... Rhydon. Like, that was my Pokemon Blue team. Ow. In Gale of Darkness, I almost always go, Jolteon. Yeah, there is. I can't fix that. I cannot add a delay to anything in Streamlabs. Which makes me really wish they would just get around to adding that already. Like, that has been a problem I've had with Streamlabs since 2016. That's a problem a lot of people have had with Streamlabs since 2016. It is a basic OBS function, but you can't do it in Streamlabs. If I didn't need Streamlabs for the follower feed, I wouldn't be using Streamlabs. Yeah, I always go either Jolteon or Umbreon in XD Gale of Darkness. Because there's no real good electric types. And there's no real good dark types. Plus, Umbreon can become downright trollsy. Toxic Stall. You never have seen rage until you see a competitive Pokemon player raging at a toxic stalling Umbreon that they can't break. Which am... jeez. Which is why, I like running Toxic Stall Umbreons on any team I can. Purely to promote better team building. Because if you can't counter a Toxic Stall Umbreon, your team is badly built. Hello, host. So have a good night, Nautilus Man. I would assume the audio is ahead of the webcam because of Streamlabs. I swear, I'm just gonna move back to regular OBS after this stream. It's just better. I won't have the follower count, but this laptop has the RAM to handle it. This laptop has more RAM than my desktop did. The stream is probably going to seem a lot better once I do switch back to just standard OBS. That's honestly advice I would give to you as well, AI. Is just kinda, unless you really want the follower list, which I don't think you even stream on Twitch, so it doesn't really matter, just don't bother with Streamlabs. Honestly, it feels like a streaming thing that was designed by people who don't stream. Or don't do anything with video. Yeah, like now that I've noticed that, it's just... yeah, that's gonna bother me, having the camera not up to date. Hello, WarioCraft. Hello, Mar. Honestly, I'd say standard OBS, Open Broadcast Software. It can record your screen, and it can also stream with. It is very good for recording with. If you record in MP4, it'll give you multiple audio tracks. So you don't even need to record multiple things. Like, you can have your audio be its own track. MP4 is not always the best for video, but if you're just doing 1080p, it is more than good enough. Like, standard OBS is just great. If you have the money, Fraps is good, but I'd argue standard OBS is just as good, if not better. They're average. Streamlabs can go suck an egg. I do not like Streamlabs. Master, you're doing well with motion controls. And if you're referring to my being still kind of sick, don't worry. I'm fine. As I've been trying to get through to AI, I know when I'm too sick to stream. And this is not one of those cases. Ow. Yeah, they kinda can, AI. Sucks I need to use their launcher for playing Dauntless. Though they do give free games. Which I'm not gonna argue with free games, but... at the very least, you'll always have the stream VOD of the two of us kicking the crap out of those hackers. They're average. That guy knows I can't hit him. He must know that by now. Yeah, I can't really blame you for that mindset there, AI. If I didn't need it to play Dauntless, I wouldn't have the Epic Launcher. I just wouldn't. Ow. Well, they were heavy med for a little bit before I got auto-balanced onto their team there, average. And we were still kind of kicking their butt. Partially because they were Kritzkrieg, we were Uber. Yeah, we can there. I just need to make sure it'll actually work on my my laptop. Yeah, my desktop. My desktop's dead. Nothing works on it right now. Yeah, I would need to make sure it works on the laptop. I've not really been installing much because I'm not trusting much actually works. It's a crappy laptop I bought as a precaution in case my desktop died. That has already died on me once, and I had to factory reset it to make it work again. I'm still sad I got auto-balanced onto the team with the hackers. And that everyone on that team was apparently just okay with it. Like, I want to go back through the VOD and pull out the moment where literally the Kritzkrieg went from like 5% to full. Because I know I saw that happen. I'm also a little sad that the team I was auto-balanced away from kept killing me. I was just trying to shout words of encouragement. But they were taking the free points. I can't really get at them too much. The fact that, you know, it's tracked, I can't blame them. Yeah, teams can be pretty dumb. Which gets sad. Ow. Seems one of our NZAPs has given up on Lif. Yes, given up on Lif. Life. That's what I was going for. Oh yeah, he just started moving again. Yeah, that's pretty normal. To be fair, we were getting... Well, I was getting called that by the hackers we had encountered during that stream. TF2 streams, I'm a little more lenient when it comes to language, because the game is T for teen. Like, I think the only word I would still be picky on is F-bombs. And that's only because T for teen means one F-bomb. As if you go by movie standards. I'm not actually sure how the ESRB looks at language. Oh, jeez. Wait, TF2 is M? I thought it was T. Did his rating get pushed up? Where's my box? Over here. I don't know where it is, but I could swear it was T for T. It's not with all my other PC games. It's probably in a little box down there that has spider webs around it. And I am not, I am not going in that box. I don't like spiders. Yes, I do remember that. It is still hilarious to me, AI. Oh. Their name is Toxic, and they're level 69. This is gonna be a wonderful person. They die once and disconnect. Oh, excuse me. Fair enough. I'm gonna need to see about tracking down my box at some point. Because yes, I did buy an individual copy of TF2 because I'm not that interested in Half-Life. So I didn't bother with the orange box. Darn it. Pretty sure TF2 was T14 at some point. You gotta remember, TF2 has gotten significantly more bloody since its initial release. The initial release of TF2 was downright tame compared to how it is today. Oh, jeez. And ESRB ratings can change when it comes to multiplayer games, so... Well, games that have multiplayer to them. But also have a single-player component. Basically, games that can be updated. Ow. Right, I'm out of tea. I am probably only going to go to the hour, just so you guys know, because my throat is starting to get a little sore. And I am now out of tea. Which the tea was probably helping keep my throat from getting too sore. And I know from last time that cough drops don't do anything. Luckily, I do still have water. So, I'm gonna go one more match, so I'm gonna back out and re-roll this shirt a few times. See if I can get some useful stuff on it. Some useful stuff that's, you know, not one sub of Special Saver, one sub of main power-up, and one sub of quick respawn. Depending on if my voice dies, I might actually end the stream sooner than the hour. But I'm just saying, I'm probably only going to go to the hour. And if I'm still, like, lightheaded, sore throat tomorrow, I won't stream tomorrow. But I will be streaming the next day, even if I still am. Because that's just how I roll. Unless it gets significantly worse. I'd have to be, like, so sick to the point where I'm struggling to focus to not stream, though. Or just be coughing a lot, because I really don't want to cough a lot during a stream. Yeah, I can't hit you. I am taking care of myself. I just have very particular things that need to happen for me to not stream. Especially because if I were to just not stream anytime that, like, I'm not feeling the best, I would never stream. Or at the very least, I would have, like, month-long breaks. Because it usually does take me that long to get over being sick. And taking month-long breaks from streaming is not very good. YouTube does not like that. Twitch doesn't seem to like it either. So... It's not helping our furnace is on and I'm wearing a sweater. This is my only sweater, by the way. I don't normally wear them. I tend to put them on when I'm sick, though. Well, put it on, I should say. Mostly because when I'm sick, my body tends to change temperatures a lot. So rather than just randomly feeling cold and then randomly feeling warm, I take feeling moderately warm all the time. Until I go to sleep, then I take the sweater off. Now to re-roll this shirt. I am noticing the lack of run speed, though. Like at the initial start of my charge. Torg was funny at first. I kind of got bored of him, though, because it is kind of the same jokes over and over and over again. I got a little oversaturated on his jokes, basically. Bleh. Also bleh. Also, can I get at least 2 of something, Spike? Well, merch. Would it be kind of bad to say I don't exactly have a favorite? None of them particularly stand out to me. Well, Brick. I'd have to go Brick. He was the most fun to play, and he just has one of the more fun personalities. Jeez, merch. I've basically given you more snails than you could ever eat, boy. Give me something good. Not bomb defense. That's garbage. I don't know who Atlas is, and Handsome Jack was a good villain. He was a good villain and had good motivation for being a villain. Okay, I'm gonna just see if I can do something with these chunks. So I really don't want to go below 90 snails. If I had one more special charge, and there was one special charge already on this, that would be great. Saver sub. Cheaper splash wall. Yeah, cheaper splash wall. I know it's not gonna be much, but... I mean, I probably know who Atlas is, I just... Wait, you're referring to the company. I think. Are you? I don't know. I don't know the brands in that game. It's so confusing. So confusing as someone who only cares about biggest number. Which does mean I know what Jacobs is, because they tend to have biggest number. And when, you know, it's a game of HP sponges, biggest number is best number. Same with Fallout 4. Biggest number is best number. It doesn't matter what weapon you like. If it doesn't have the biggest number, don't bother with it. Simple as that. Yeah, I'll stick with this for the final, like, 15 minutes. What were their weapons like? Wait. Were they the burst fire? I don't remember. No, they wouldn't be the burst fire then, would they? I don't know. Would they be? Okay, they're rate of fire. Okay. Yes, I did just Google it. Personal opinion, AI, you should play the first game. It has debatably the most fun classes. Because they're all just brokenly powerful. Unlike Borderlands 2, where they're all just sad. Except for, like, the Necromancer. And that's almost guaranteedly because she's a DLC character. Though I say that, the Psycho is not very powerful. Compared to the older melee class of Brick. Anyway. Psycho is honestly just kind of sad when you compare him to Brick. Ow. It's honestly part of the reason why I like the pre-sequel more than 2. It's just the pre-sequel classes are just more fun. I mean, I get there's like no raid content, but I'd rather have fun with the game and not have any raids than be bored out of my mind with the game and raids. Ow. Plus, I'm gonna be honest, I have nothing to gain from the raids because, well, I'll fully admit I used I used Gibbs with Borderlands to unlock all of the cosmetics, even the ones I didn't have technically through DLC. Because I hate when cosmetics are locked behind paywalls. When the game itself already had a few $100s of DLC. And the things were already in the base game. Like, these cosmetics already exist in your copy of the game. Which is why I could use Gibbs, give them to myself, and it not cause issues. At all. Have all the DLC stuff now, but... I also use Gibbs for golden keys, because I'm not punching in all those codes. I gave myself as many keys as there were active keys you could get from codes, and left it at that. I am lazy. Hello, Retros. I have not watched My Hero Academia. I don't think I ever will, either. Like, I wouldn't have minded the cosmetics being behind a paywall for Borderlands if their files weren't already on my computer. Like, I wouldn't have cared. But if they're gonna take up space on my computer, even if it's minute, give me the ability to get them. Or I will give them to myself. Ow. Anime is pretty cool. I actually find it a bit funny how I think there's already a version of Gibbs for Borderlands 3, proving that Gearbox has not learned anything. Yeah, if for whatever reason you are unaware what Gibbed is for Borderlands, it's a cheat engine. And that's literally what it is. I literally only downloaded it initially for keys. And then just to see, I went and checked to see if all of the cosmetic files were already downloaded, and they were. So I gave them to myself. I don't even think I've used any of them, because I don't care about cosmetic stuff. Oh. Laptop, I don't care. Yeah, the main issue why Gibbs even works, your character save for Borderlands is on your computer. It doesn't have to ping the server, ever. It's on your computer. That's why cheat engines work. Alright, Retros. Have a good night. Like, it's a good thing your save is on your computer, but things like weapon stats should probably be synced with a server anytime you have an internet connection to prevent cheating. But they're not. Either that, or they should just create offline and online characters. Like, that would also solve the problem. That's what Dungeon Defenders did. As much as people still found ways to cheat. But you have online and offline characters. You cannot... You can take an online character offline, but once you do, you can never take them online again. And honestly, that system worked for the longest time to prevent cheating. Because, well, when you literally can't do it, because your character is not saved on your computer, you cannot access anything about it. I don't even know how people manage to cheat in Dungeon Defenders. I don't know why they'd want to. It's not exactly like it's... Like, cheating in Dungeon Defenders just seems counterproductive. For those who may not know, Dungeon Defenders is a third-person tower defense game. That is really good. And literally the only thing you really have to do in that game, once you've completed every stage, is grind. Grind for higher levels, better gear. Ow. So, like, it's kind of counterproductive to cheat. Especially for when you know what you're doing, it's not that hard to reach level 74, which is basically the endgame level, really quickly. Levels keep getting higher from there, but you can do everything from 74. Just about. The newest stages, no. The newest stages, you are going to need to be higher level, or have a full party of level 74s. But the thing is, like, Gearbox has proven that your characters are saved onto a server. Because if you were, like, if I were to download Borderlands 2 right now, my characters would exist. They would be re-downloaded onto my computer. Like, that is just something that would happen. Ow. So, like, they could have done that sort of system of just... Ow. Not letting you take online characters anywhere but online, or if you do, you can't use them anymore. Online. Yeah, that probably would have pissed people off. But just don't play your character offline, or make a copy of your character. Because they're probably still gonna put it on your PC, because they're dumb. Honestly, they could have just given you the option to do that yourself. But I think I'm gonna end the stream off after this match, because my throat is just... it hurts. So, yeah. That is gonna be the end of the stream. I apologize, it's a sub 2 hour stream, technically. But that's partially because technical difficulties at the beginning. With that said, I would like to inform anyone that's new here, there is a Discord linked down below. It's description of YouTube, info on Twitch. You swipe some direction for Twitch. I don't know how Twitch works. I will be back streaming tomorrow, unless my voice is still terrible, in which case I will not be streaming tomorrow. Not sure what I'll do tomorrow, but I'll be streaming tomorrow, if I do stream. Day after tomorrow, I'll be back to Splatoon. And yeah, with all that, thanks everyone very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you tomorrow for more streaming, or the day after, for certainty, for more streaming. See you all then!